Hi there, Tracy here. So I wanted to get a little vulnerable today with you and share something that you can see from the title is really hard to post, but I feel like it can help a lot of moms, especially moms who have businesses, um, just move forward in a lot of different ways. So anyhow, I was thinking back over, what has happened in my life and how things have shifted for the better and how I've ended up where I am today. Kind of wanted to share my story because I feel like that's a gift that I can give to somebody else and maybe it would help you or a friend. And a few words came to mind, and those are, Mommy can't deal us. Mommy can't deal us. And still, like, that brings up so much hurt for me to hear, because Maddie, my oldest, was the one that said that when she was 4. She said, Mommy can't deal us. And I remember that little person sitting in the back seat of the van, and I was driving them to a preschool for the first time because in her mind, Mommy can't deal us. And of course, as a mom, you want to be everything for your kids, and for her little body to feel that, her heart to feel like Mommy can't deal with her. Obviously, it's still, it's just not something that you would ever want for another mom. And that was because I was going through such a tough time with both postpartum issues and hormones and all of the different things that we as women put on ourselves to juggle, and these expectations that we put on ourselves. We have to be a mom and a wife and a housekeeper, and if we're working, then we've got a business to run, and we're a CEO, and we're volunteering, and we're going to church. And for me, I think I was clinging to and then leading a MOPS group at the time. Like, there are so many things that we have coming at us, and how do we balance all of that? And when one thing goes downhill, it just seems like it's a ripple effect and everything goes downhill. And so, that was my state at the time, of feeling like I had so much to give and yet not being filled. And I realizing very quickly that I can't give from empty, like something has to change. And so for me, I started direct sales when I was 18 years old. I knew at age 13 that I wanted to be in direct sales. So I just absolutely love the closeness and connection of women and being able to grow together and have that sisterhood and the freedom that comes with working for myself. So I already knew that I loved that and was working my way up to the top in a large MLM at the time, and knew, I was just like clawing my way to the top and knew that I had the potential, because God had given me that desire, and I knew that He would not give me a deep desire without giving me the potential. But yet it was so hard. Like I felt like I was doing everything right, and still something was missing, and like there was just this gap between where I was and where I knew I belonged. And it was so frustrating, and it was taking the joy out of my daily interactions with my family, in my marriage, and my business, a lot of that. And so I take them to school. They ended up going into public school, even after we did homeschool her for kindergarten there for a time. And I got to the top of the MLM, and when I got there, the day after being called by the corporate office and congratulated, I was like, what next? What next? Because that fulfillment wasn't there, and I had been working so hard that I was physically getting sick and ended up with adrenal fatigue, and yet I still didn't know what to do about it and how to go about building both the relationships in my family, my friendships, my marriage, and building a business at the same time with grace and ease and abundance and balance. And so I went through a whole nother year, got to the top again, and again was just like, it is what it is, because if you can't celebrate and every day along the way and have that fulfillment that every day your actions are moving you in the right direction with balance within all of the different plates that you're juggling, then it's not as fun, And who cares what the money is if you're going to end up spending a ton of the money on healthcare and getting your energy back, which is what we did, thousands and thousands of dollars spent, and to get healthy again, physically healthy, but also emotionally healthy. When I was seeing a Christian counselor, was on medication, and then of course, acupuncturists and chiropractors and supplements and supplements and supplements, and then the time lost with my kids, because during the day I would be sleeping 3 hours. Like I get tired just thinking about all of that. And it's crazy because when I decided that something else had to give, fortunately, I had put myself into a place of high opportunity where I heard a couple of other people say to hire a coach. And so I did. I didn't just hire one life and leadership coach. I hired 3 at the same time. And although I would not recommend that because I was not able to go as deep with any one of them, what that did for me was that it just launched my personal growth to fill that gap. Because like I said, I knew there was just I just needed to get over that hump, and figure some things out. And I flew myself to California, spent a weekend writing my own story, discovering what my story was and how my mess of a life could be turned into my message, and how to focus on all the beautiful things that were within that mess, and be able to use that to help other moms. So all of this money was spent, all of this time was spent, and what it ended up producing was that life of balance and harmony and beauty that truly was there all along. I just couldn't find it. And so now then, over a year ago, joined another MLM, went straight to the top with ease and grace and abundance and joy and fulfillment. And that was in the midst of knowing that I'm supposed to be coaching. I'm supposed to be helping other moms do this. There are so many great opportunities out there that moms are trying, and they're trying, and they're trying so desperately hard. And in the midst, they're giving their marriage what I call the leftovers, where they're so tired at the end of the night that their spouses are getting their leftovers. And, they're potentially in a situation where their kids feel like mommy can't deal, and that potentially their business is more important than their family, or they're financially struggling so much because they can't grow their business because they have mom guilt, and they just don't know what to do, and it is hard. I've been there, and I'm here to tell you that no matter which one of those ways that you are feeling, I've felt all of those emotions, and I know what's on the other side. And I know that you can feel fulfilled and full of joy and create this life that literally helps you hop up out of bed in the morning when it's still dark and be excited to look and see what's on your calendar for that day, and knowing that you are building not just a beautiful income and a career, but also this beautiful life of meaning and purpose with the people that you love. And it allows you then to have more magical moments with each of those people. So in the process of clawing my way and trying to figure out how to help my own teams more, I did go and have the certification process and education to become a John Maxwell team certified coach and trainer and speaker. And so I did that. And then of course, working with my own Tony Robbins coaches for years and learning the way that they do things. Now I just kind of have my own meshed style between the two of them, helping mompreneurs who are struggling with that balance. And it's just amazing. Like, that is where I belong. That is what I'm on this planet to do. And, you know, to God be the glory, because every step of the way I see his handiwork in taking me from the hot mess that I was to where I am now, and being able to share that with other mompreneurs and to help you guys get that light and that passion and that fulfillment back into your own lives, and most of all, the balance and the harmony that everything is moving forward as it should be. So if you feel like anybody would benefit from hearing this, whether they are a mompreneur or not, please feel free to like and share this with them. Because I truly do believe that our story is one of the biggest gifts that we can give during our lifetime. So thank you for hearing me out, and for always being so supportive of me. Whether you're just a Facebook friend, you're not just a Facebook friend, because all of that support along these past years has meant so much to me and has just filled me up, and so I can't thank you enough. And also all the different private messages that you guys send is just so encouraging to me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.